So I'll tell you a little story. So when I did Chicago last year, Steve Weinberger was judging, and I placed second. And I waited in line for his feedback, and I got his feedback. And I made sure I had a record button on my phone because I wanted to, remember it. He's like, "Oh, Kellen Wilson, your legs are small." He's like, "You need to work on your legs." I'm like, "That's it." He's like, "That's it." I'm like, "All right, nice to meet you, Steve. Thanks." And that was it. The whole year I had that playing in my headphones the whole entire year on leg day, every set, every rep on repeat. So I came to Chicago this year and he was judging, and when I won, I grabbed the mic. I looked directly in his eyes. I said, "I listened to the judges' feedback, Steve, you, all you guys, and I listened to it very, very precisely, and I trained all year for this show to make those corrections." And he looked at me and he gave me a nod, and that was all I needed. That was all I needed.
That's
That's
cool.
like
That was all I needed.
five paragraphs from Steve. Hey, everybody. Welcome to It's Just Bodybuilding. I'm, of course, Ron Partlow with Dusty Hanshaw and the producer, Scott McNally. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and
Ring the bell.
yes,
I like that tempo.
I still think you need to buy a drum set, Dusty, because now that you're a percussion musician.
I've been doing a lot of air drumming recently with the
Yeah.
concerts Nikki takes me to.
I know you're going to rock concerts with your woman, and
It's
and
embarrassing
country
her.
concerts. They still
I do
count.
it out in public too, just like you. I might just bust out the drum set in a restaurant.
Yeah, no, I know. It's good. Keep it alive. The kids aren't rocking anymore, Dusty. Got to keep it. Okay, today on the show, of course, Kellen Wilson. You're due for an appearance, my friend.
About time. We begged him for months.
Yeah, multiple pro show winner, going to his second Olympia in a row this year. And I thought, this guy trains at my gym. Why the hell has he not been on my show yet? He's going
That's
to
the
his
way-
second Olympia.
That's the way Ron rolls.
Yeah.
If you're in my life, you're just a normal person.
Yeah, just a normal person.
We just
Okay.
forget
You guys have
immediately
me on.
what you've accomplished.
Yeah. And so I was like, we got to get Kellen on the show. And
Thanks
of
for having me on,
course,
guys.
yes, good to have you. And of course, you're a mutant athlete with Dusty and I. Well, we're not athletes anymore. We're just here.
Yeah, you put your hands up in air quotes still, Ron.
We're
Hands in
mutants.
air quotes.
We're marketing tools. And
Primarily the world being tools.
Kellen is actually a sponsored athlete with Mutant. So remember, IamMutant.com. Get your hardcore ISO.
Yes.
Get your Mind FK, and of course, everyone should be on the gear. Kellen, let's get to it. How are you doing, man? 2 pro shows this year that you won, and recently got back from San Antonio where you didn't get the win, but man, you looked crazy. What's going
Thank
through your
you.
head now? Olympia time.
Man, it's been an amazing year. Honestly, it's been a breakthrough year, and yeah, started off with Chicago, Vancouver, and then recently San Antonio. Our best look yet, and just riding the train. Got the Olympia in 3 weeks, and yeah, man, just enjoying it. Just enjoying it.
So when you qualified for your first Olympia last year, I think a lot of guys, I've seen it with a lot of people, they're like, oh God, first Olympia. And they know, in the classic division where you are, they're like, oh, it's going to be 50 guys. So it's probably pretty overwhelming. What was that last year when you qualified for the O and you like, I'm going to go? What-
Yeah, I mean, it was a dream come true to say the least. Honestly, the whole experience leading up to Olympia, I just enjoyed everything about it. Like I said, it was a dream come true. I was just happy to achieve that goal. But it was surreal being up there with all those guys. Chris being his last Olympia, Breon, just all the idols I've been watching on YouTube and seeing them in person, being on stage with them was wild. It was crazy.
Yeah. No, where were you at? I've sort of asked you this, but I want to hear what you tell it to the rest of the people. You're a pro, you've won a show, you earned your trip, you're at the O, you belong there, you're supposed to be there, you're in shape, you look great. But that's still Bumstead, and that's still Breon, and that's still, you know what I mean? What was that
Yeah.
like for you backstage when you're standing there going, holy shit, okay.
Honestly, I had to keep my fangirl inside me and obviously perform as an athlete because, like you said, I am a pro. But it was definitely hard, Like I said, I enjoyed every moment of it, but definitely seeing those guys in person, I had to keep that little screaming fangirl inside me and not go run and give them a hug or ask for a picture backstage while they're pumping up, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. But it was all positive, right? You didn't look at anybody and go, what the fuck am I doing here?
No. Meant to be there for sure.
I know
Meant
a
to
lot
be
of
there
guys
for
go
sure.
through that, even when they, totally don't realize how good they look. A lot of guys go through that. I've heard people like good guys that were top 8 in like
Hunter
the
said that.
men's. Yeah, Hunter.
Yeah.
Hunter, like I saw Ramy and I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So then you must have, with classic vicious division,
Yeah.
they're taking like 50 guys at the O. They got all these shows. You're all forcing yourself into kind of the same body weights, so you're all so comparable. It's one of those divisions where everyone on, there'd be a bunch of guys on stage that look really great, and it's hard to pick, especially in some of the other shows. So to qualify 2 years in a row, so now bring us up to speed. So now where's your head at now?
Yeah, I mean, going into this year, obviously, I'll kind of backtrack a little bit. Last year, my weight cap was 204, so I got a bump increase in weight cap, so it's actually 212 going into this year. So I had some room to put on quite a bit of muscle. We put on about 8-9 pounds. So going into this year, I knew I was going to be a bit more competitive and also be able to do some bigger shows and win them. So we set up to Chicago, and like the goal was to go in there and win the Chicago. I placed second last year, and we did that. And then Vancouver was a hometown show that I liked doing last year. It was my first qualifying show, so we did that show and had a really good battle with the local athlete here. He also trained at West Coast Iron Jaws.
Yep.
So it was a good battle there, and got the qualification there. And now just going into this Olympia now, I just want to improve obviously my physique, my look, and improve my placing as well in the classic physique division.
Do you now when we go through this, you say who's your team? Give us your team.
Yeah,
Who's on the Kellen squad?
I mean, the wizard, Brandon Pennington himself, that's been my coach since I started in 2016, my first show. He's a local guy here, lives in Abbotsford, British Columbia. He's been working with me. He knows my body. He knows me very, very well. And I owe all my success to him. So, and then obviously my fiance, which helps motivate me and is pretty hard on me at times. So, yeah, man, I got a good team behind me, and I'm very, very blessed to have it.
Tell me about Brandon, your coach. I mean, I know him, great guy, comes to my gym all the time, talk to him. You and him, I mean, you nail every single show. You guys have a thing. Like, it is 100% on. What do you think you guys got? You just know each other so well, and communication.
Honestly,
and
yeah, like I'll bring it back to my first met Brandon. I was doing flooring for my boss, and he was mutual friends with Brandon, and he asked me to have a sit down with Brandon. He's like, you should meet this guy. You know, he wants to coach you. He had sent pictures of me to him, and I met him at a Starbucks, I remember. And he was like, listen, he's like, I really want to help you out. You have big potential in this sport. I think you can go pro. And at the time, I was like, I don't know, bodybuilding, you know, thong on stage. I don't know, you know. He's like, trust me, just trust me. Just let me coach you for your first show. So we did our first show together, and I mean, I won my juniors class, and with me, I have a genetic potential to stay lean year round. So it was just having the guidance from him with diet, nutrition, and just following a game plan on improving myself. And I'm a very coachable athlete. I come from a football background, so it's easy for me to just follow what's told. And that's basically it. It's easy as that. So that's what I've just been doing year after year. And Brad is a coach. He's a good coach because every year he improves his knowledge as a coach. So he's always learning, always try to take up new courses, always researching. So him bettering himself as a coach is bettering himself as an athlete, and it's just worked, man. And I don't see myself bodybuilding without him. So yeah.
You've I remember when we first opened West Coast and you came into the gym. I mean, that would have been 2017 we opened.
Yeah.
So you came in like within the first year, right? I don't remember
Yeah.
the first time. What would you have weighed back then? Like, were you like 180?
About 170, yeah. 170.
And I remember thinking, like, I think you were getting ready for a show. It might have been the Popeyes, or I don't know what show you did, but you were getting ready for something. And I remember thinking, that guy's got a good back. He needs to add size, but he's got a great look and a great back. And like, you see like someone kind of goes, that guy's good. Right.
Yeah.
And so to see you like if you would have told me then, oh, that kid's going to do the Olympia a few times, I would have been like, holy shit. Because you were good, but it's just awesome to see like someone actually take it. Because we see people all the time that have, you look at, I meet guys all the time. I'm like, oh, this kid's got great genetics, but he's casually into it or whatever. And you feel like sometimes that doesn't get used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's because I hate seeing it not get used. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things about looking at you now on your stage is you're a completely different physique. Like you've transformed. Your legs are 3 times as big as they used to be and all that stuff. You're just chipping away. Like how much have you changed training over the years and all that? Or have you just been hammering the same nail and just getting it done?
Honestly, I was watching a podcast a little while ago. Not even a podcast, it was a video on Jay Cutler, and he was saying he's seen a lot of great guys with amazing potential in their physique, and they didn't go far because they didn't have the mindset. And I was looking back at like when I started, and I think the biggest thing I honestly think was 80% of my mindset, how it's improved over the years, and just being able to just be positive and enjoy bodybuilding and have a balance in life. And obviously, the training has improved and the diet has improved, but mostly just the mindset around bodybuilding has got me this far. I owe it to that.
What would you say you changed during that time? Because I know a lot of people need to work on that area. Like what adjustments do you see you made when you say you enjoy bodybuilding more?
I think, obviously I didn't start out winning every show I started out to. There's shows I lost, and I think when I was younger, I would kind of have a bad attitude on it and, be hard on myself on it. And I think as time went on, I actually just looked at other things. Like I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the process leading to the show and being able to spend time with my family up leading to the show and my coach and making memories. And maybe we not had got the best placing, but we had the best look. And I think that just kept me going and not having a bad attitude on not always winning and just enjoying the process leading up to the stage.
I think that you nailed that, because when I saw your post show, the first post you put up, what I gathered from it that was awesome was you said, this is the best look I've had.
Yeah.
And you didn't win. You've won 2 other shows this year, but I could tell through the post that you were very proud of the changes that you guys made for that show, and the placing was just the placing.
Correct.
Is that just because the classic division, like, do you see the classic division as, how do I put this, more unpredictable as the open? Like when you're going to a show, you know what I mean?
It's tough to say because you have a lot of apples and oranges with physiques that come to shows, right? And sometimes it's hard to compare. For the judges have a very, very hard job. So I just have to focus on myself, right? And I think for us, we've developed a pretty complete physique, and I think now it's just nailing being conditioned in all shots and having the same amount of texture and hardness in all shots throughout the physique, head to toe, left to right. And that's all we need to focus on. Whoever shows up. If I'm against a tall guy or a short guy, I can't really play to their strength. I got to play to my strength. So I don't really try to worry about that too much, but it is a subjective sport at the end of the day.
I want to ask you about the actual, we get a lot of people that ask us actual questions about the food and the diet and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
What's your diet like? You're naturally lean, you're always hard, you're always relatively off season hard, right?
Yeah.
So do you ever go super low carbs? Are you dying on 30 grams of oatmeal, or are you pretty fed all the time?
When I first started, obviously the calories were lower due to how much less muscle I had on my frame. But just this past year of these preps, I dieted on 4,500 calories.
Right. Yeah.
I was eating good, but obviously it was running through me. So,
how many months have you had striated glutes for? Like we're running on like you have striated glutes almost all year.
All year, yeah. It usually stays like that. Yeah.
Isn't it funny how you were not comfortable with the idea of doing a show in a thong, but now you're on a podcast where another man's asking about your ass.
Yeah. We got to pull up a shot. Scott, pull up a shot.
I can't be the only person that thought of that. I was like, here we are.
Post-production insert.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Kellen's
what it is,
glutes will
man.
fill the screen for 5 seconds here.
This is a nice log. Somebody's going to be at work watching this, and their boss walks by right while there's just a man's ass.
Zoom right in.
On the
Explain it to
screen. No, I was going to say, though, before just purely on the fan aspect, I love classic physique for a million reasons. But your physique, as balanced as it is, what I love is every time I pull up a picture, the first thing I think of is your legs are stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Like
you.
they're
That's-
They're
just
pretty crazy.
they're not, and it's like you said, it's the shape, but it's also the texture. You've definitely perfected your posing because it doesn't matter what angle you're at, you are split in every direction possible. For the young up and coming guys, like what did you do to get to the point where you could show your physique so well? Because that's something I struggle with. I have a few classic younger guys, and they really like to put themselves in poses that are great for someone else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not saying that's not a good pose. I'm just saying it's not a good pose on you.
Right. I mean, for a young guy, I mean, I've done it too. It's just trial and error. I mean, you have to, do things that you're going to fail at. I mean, I've had shots on shows that don't look good at me, and I look back and, I'm like, this doesn't look good. We got to change this. You gotta post your strong points. And I think, it's just a trial and error thing, but I think having a good posing coach, is key. And I also think you have to be a coachable athlete when you have a posing coach. You have to listen. And if your coach tells you this doesn't look good, then you do not do that shot. Simple as that. So
You're not supposed to argue with your coach?
Rod, I'll tell you, I have a great story for that. When I was working with JJ Marsh, I always hit like the clasped most muscular or like the hands on hips. So I hit that and he's like, oh, it looks great. And I hit the hands on hips. He's like, yes. He goes, give me a crab. So I give him a crab. He goes, don't ever do that again. He's like, don't ever do that. And it was so funny because I already knew that, but I just loved that right when I hit it, he was like, oh, no.
Kelly, do you do much with working on ab control? Is there anything in particular that you've had to do to try to like focus on, because obviously you guys need more ab control than anybody. It's a huge topic in all the divisions now, but you guys especially, man, like you take a breath out for just a second and you're going to get crucified because somebody's going to snap a picture and they're going to be like, look at Kellen, he's got a bubble.
Yeah.
So, and I look at your pictures, man, you have, a great midsection. What does that protocol look like? And is it something you do year round?
He does nothing.
Yes. I wish it was like
Chose
that.
the right
Trained
parents.
Yeah.
But no, I'm happy you touched on that. Honestly, I mean, there's the basic, your fasted cardio, you have your ab work, your vacuums in the morning. I'm sure everyone has that. But what Brandon has done after every show in our health phase, we actually do intermittent fasting to help bring down the waist and just reset the digestion system. And for me, it's actually helped me a lot with shrinking my waist and just that taper. So every year when the competition season's done, we'll go into health phase and we'll do intermittent fasting for a period of time, really work on that ab control. And then even through the off season, we're still doing vacuums. We're still doing abs in the morning after our cardio. And I think it's one thing that if you get away from that, then you're going to lose it. So we try to keep that in all year.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scott.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just kind of a follow up then. So I wanted to ask you too, like what does the vacuum training look like? But then also, do you guys have to watch as you're eating food? Because obviously, like you said, you can eat a good deal of food into the show. Is that a consideration? Like, are you guys watching like the amount of volume that's going to be from a particular carb source, stuff like that?
Yeah, so to the first part, the ab training in the morning, like I'll do my fasted cardio and then I'll do probably 3 sets of the roller machine. No weighted ab training because we want to build obliques. We'll do some planks and then I'll do bent over 6 rounds, hold the vacuum for 20 seconds, and then standing up 6 rounds, hold the vacuum for 20 seconds. And then that's basically every day. So we're basically training abs every day, just non-weighted. And then for the food,
Before you got to that,
show,
then I want to ask. I'll keep, since you got that already, I'm going to dig a little bit deeper because I think everybody's going to be really interested in hearing this stuff. And honestly, I'm selfishly kind of interested in learning more too.
It's not about the people.
Right. No, it's all about me right now. It's all about me.
No. I had to get that out.
Scott's got a comeback plan. So
Yeah. So how long does that daily protocol take? Just out of curiosity.
So usually my cardio stays at 30 minutes, and then that whole routine circuit, usually about 35 minutes tops.
Okay. So that's a pretty big investment then for, like, you know what I mean? For your average guy that's listening right now, thinking to themselves like, yeah, I want to compete. I want to have the best abs. You know, that's a good amount of time.
And I think as like an amateur beginner, I think start off with, you know, like your 3 sets, you know, a few breaks in between. I think as I progress, I usually go on the FST 7 movement. So we'll do a set, 20-second break, a set, 20-second break, just because it actually helps control that stomach transfer to stage as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's fascinating because I feel like the ab stuff is just the core stuff there. I almost feel like with Classic specifically, they are taking it to such a next level. Like this year alone, I'm seeing guys just sucking in so much further than it's ever been. I really do think that we're taking it to like the absolute extreme that it can be taken at this point. It's kind of a pretty cool part of the class.
I'll add one more trinket. It's a little bit of a secret, but breathwork and hot yoga.
Okay.
I
Okay.
fucking hate hot yoga.
Yeah. So the breath work side of things, man, I didn't recognize how important that is. So when I'm doing planks, I realize it's not just the fact you're doing a plank, it's breathing at the same time, right?
Correct.
What
So,
are you doing with that air? Because you know, obviously I want to just let it go straight to my belly and let it push out. That's not what I'm supposed to do, right?
Yeah, so honestly, with the plank, how you're keeping that waist cinched and tight and those abs flexed, it's going to train you to breathe through your upper chest frame and keep that waist cinched. Basically, when you're on stage, that's what you want. You want that waist glued to your spine and not have that breathing in and out. So you're able to breathe through your upper diaphragm and not have that stomach pumping in and out. So planks are an amazing thing. All breath work as well.
I used to think it was, I used to think one of the things I prided myself on was I could hit a full ab shot locked out and I could just hold it and I could breathe through my diaphragm, just shallow little breaths.
Yes.
And I could sit there with my abs locked. And it always blew my mind that other guys, when I'd watch the videos back at the national level and stuff, they hit the abs, they got 1 or 2 seconds, and then they got to hit them again, and then they got to, and they're twisting and they're moving and they're doing this and they're moving all around because they couldn't lock and just breathe shallow and just stay calm and not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people that, I don't know if they just never learned how to do that, you know, just breathe shallow and the staying calm part, and they're flexing everything else too hard. And all that stuff.
The biggest thing is staying calm, honestly. When you're on stage, you just want to stay calm. If you start heavy breathing, that sweat's going to start coming, and you're going to start looking bad.
I know the big sweat thing, people always wonder what happened. Like, did you screw up your carbs? Did you take too, like, something go wrong? And there's things that can go wrong with blood sugar and all that.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, people are just, they're just heated up and wound up and huffing and puffing, and they're just too hot. They're just too hot. So, I mean, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, staying calm before stage is a huge thing. I mean, before I go on stage, I like to take, you know, a good, 5 minutes of just breath work, just calming down the mind, relaxing, just add everything at ease. And even when you're on stage, try not to get too hyped up. It's obviously easier said than done, but just keeping everything calm and subtle, and posing is very calm. Posing, you're not supposed to be posing hard and posing aggressive. You want to pose calm and subtle, look classic. You know, this is not bodybuilding. We're not going out there hitting most muscular shots, and you just want to be calm and show
less spit on the crab.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
He can still do it though.
I wanted to tell a story. I don't remember when this was. You might remember what time period this might have been, but we talk a lot on this show about you training hard and just get better. And I remember you coming in the gym. You might have been
Oh
200,
God,
200 pounds,
I know
210
where it's
pounds.
going.
I don't know how much you weighed. You might have been, I don't know, 210, maybe 220, but like off season. I don't know. You weren't nearly as big as you are now. But you would come in and you trained so freaking hard, man. I remember, because I was the type of guy that always like judged people on how intense the
Training.
workouts were, right?
Yeah,
Like I just
yeah,
couldn't help
fair
it. I
enough.
just said, I'm judgy. So Dusty knows. so
I could have stopped it. I judge people and not
yeah,
something
and
else.
Dusty's like 10 times worse. I'm the nice one, right? So like I would, you know, when I remember you coming in and squatting 5 plates at like the body weight of 210. I don't know. What would you have
Yeah,
weighed? And
I think it was 190. Yeah,
190, and you're
Yeah.
squatting, it's like free
500
barbells.
pounds.
Yeah, squatting 5 plates routinely. Like every time I saw him doing legs, he was in the squat rack starting with 5 plate squats, and like not easy set, not like cranking out 8 and racking it, but like almost dying under the bar on like a 5-6 rep set, like heavy ass 500-pound squats. I might be remembering the reps incorrectly. You tell me you did 20 reps, but you were like really training on the edge. Like it,
Yeah.
you know, your 5th rep looked like you're barely gonna get it, and you
Oh,
know, like
God.
and you'd go for one more. Like you were heavy squatting, and now you're at the Olympia. So I don't know. There's a connection. Like I with all the math and all the formulas and all the way people train now with it, I think there's still something to be said. Like you got to go to the woodshed with yourself, you know,
Yeah.
and like just find out where your wall is. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I 100% agree. I mean, to build a good base physique, with hard granite, mature muscle, I feel you gotta lift heavy weight. Obviously, controlled, good form, ass to grass, but you gotta put up some numbers, for reps. And if you look at all the old school guys, I mean, yourself, Ron, Dusty, Jay, all these guys, like they put up good weight. And if you look at their muscle, it's hard, deep, separated. You don't get that from training with 10-pound bar squats. You just don't.
I feel like one great thing that happened to the classic division was that Bumstead was number 1 right away, and he put out content showing people how he trained.
Yes.
Because I feel like if he didn't, a lot of guys would say, well, this isn't bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So
That's a
I'm not
good
going to
point.
train like a bodybuilder. But seeing him with his cinched up waist, deadlifting 6 plates for reps,
Yeah.
I think told people like, this is bodybuilding. It's just a different division of bodybuilding. And
Yeah.
I always thought that was, I think the sport would be in a different spot.
Well,
If
Chris
he wasn't putting it out there. I mean, I know he was a bodybuilder first,
he was
but
stronger pound for pound than most of the open guys.
oh, he's ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't switch to classic and then change his training top to bottom. I'm sure there's adjustments, but he was still in the gym ripping, and I think that has done a huge service to the guys that are on the Olympia stage now and the guys coming up, because if not, there could have been some confusion, we'll say.
Yeah. 2 divisions, 2 different ways to like live your existence.
Yeah.
And it's not really. What do you think of what Urs did?
That is insane to say the least. Honestly, insane. And honestly, between you guys, I'm not far away from doing that as well. I mean, I don't have much room in my cap. We have a little bit to grow, but I mean, I don't see myself restricting myself for training to stay in division. So I think what he did was amazing. I mean, him winning back-to-back shows was crazy, and his look was just better in open. It was just better.
What do you get up to in your off season weight wise?
240.
Yeah. That's a lot to bring down then.
With lines
Yeah,
in his
yeah.
boots.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Here we are again on his ass.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, before we got too far away from it, I wanted to circle back around about that food volume question. So you were saying that, you guys do pay attention to the amount. And I thought that was interesting. I've been talking to more and more people about that. Dorian Haywood, who just won the Masters Olympia, he had worked with a great friend of mine, the late Dave Kalick. Dave always had him eating like a high volume of food. Dorian's a huge dude. But one of the changes that they made now is that they reduced the food. They went to more shakes. Like half of his food was liquid this year instead of doing like 10-ounce portions of meat 7 times a day. And guess what? It's the best that his waist has ever freaking looked.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, food volume is a big thing at the show for these preps. Honestly, we keep protein source shrimp. It digests fast.
You like
Works well
shrimp,
for my
eh?
stomach.
Can't
Love
do
shrimp.
man. Oh
I
man,
love shrimp.
seafood.
Shrimp
Just
is
can't do seafood. Yeah.
it's so good.
He can't do anything.
And then we'll usually do like
Yeah,
a
ice cream.
nighttime heavy meal of like potatoes and steak. That's been the trick. So we'll do like 500-600 grams of potatoes and 200 grams of steak, and that'll be the nighttime meal. And I wake up full, and we just feed normally into the show.
Carbs at night?
What?
Don't they instantly get stored as fat from that? Even in a giant deficit?
So based on what you just said, when you're leading into the show, I'm assuming your carbs are pretty close to what they were the whole prep when you're filling up?
Yeah, pretty close to the whole prep when we're filling up. The only adjustments we make is the cream of rice. Instead of doing 3-to-1 water, we'll do 1-to-1 water, so the volume's a little bit tighter. And then we'll just add in, like I said, that potato meal and the steak the night before the show. And then the show day, it's usually calorie dense stuff like maybe a Rice Krispie treat with a little bit of almond butter just to hold the look. And then, like I said, just feed up, rest, and go pose.
What's your feedback from the judges? Do you talk to the judges? Do you bother
Every
asking
show.
them? Yeah, you do.
Every show.
What do they tell you? I mean, they obviously like you. You've won 3 shows. So what are they telling you?
Yeah, I mean, the last show here. This is the first time the judge judged me, so he was basically was what I expected. He was like, "I love your look." He's like, "Don't change anything about your look. You have everything I want to see. It's just the backside. We just wanted to match the front a little bit more." He's like, Your front is on, it's dried, it's hard, and the back just needs to match it just a little bit more. So we're going to go back to the drawing
And
boards.
you're like in great condition. So, I mean, but classic is classic, these guys.
Classic is classic, yeah.
Classic is classic, man. Yeah. It's funny. You just, you're at that level where there's always a millimeter.
Yeah.
There's always
Microscope.
another millimeter. Oh, you're
Always.
pretty good. You're pretty good today, but
You could be better.
you need another millimeter. Yeah. No, it's a crazy level. And I think too, like, myself, I'm really a fan. I've always been a fan, obviously, but now I really look at this from the lens of appreciating what it takes and all the stuff that, we went through to do it and all that. So when I see the consistency in conditioning really impresses me. Because I know how hard it is to get in shape. And I come from an era where we probably bulked up too much and got a little too fat, so then getting in shape was a little too hard, right? So the consistency of getting in shape for every single show and always being dialed and you've never been off ever. And that's what impresses me. And more of you classic guys are doing that. You're just repeatedly always being on. And that it makes that division really brutal.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's honestly, there's always a new level you can achieve. I mean, going back to the first Olympia, I will say one thing: a lot of these guys that are in the top 10, it's another level of conditioning they have. Their skin texture is different, and I mean, bodybuilding is not a sprint; it's a marathon, and I understand that. So show after show, you just got to keep getting better and better, and it's going to take time. So I can't rush things, but we will get there. We will get there.
Do you think on that conditioning thing, and we've talked about this with open guys before, do you think that some guys are better off to not be completely inside out because they might lose something that makes them powerful? Or do you think in classic, you got to kind of find a way to make that happen because everyone's in such good shape? I mean, I look back, Logan Franklin has become the most conditioned bodybuilder on the planet, any division. Right. And you just can't help but be like, yeah, I just want him to win because he walked through hell really slow.
Yeah. Honestly, I was having a talk with my coach about this. So I feel if you drive too much to say, let's get the glutes a little more shredded, you may lose your pop. You may lose that roundness. And like I said before, you got to play to your strengths. And my strength is the perfect amount of fullness, dryness, and condition around. So me trying to drive down to a certain body weight and get peeled, shredded hamstrings that are, look like Josema or, Logan Franklin, I'm not going to have that round, big, bubbly back, and my shoulders aren't going to pop, my triceps are going to pop. So it's going to work at a disadvantage of me. So it's finding all those three things in combination that work best for me. So play to my strength.
Right, that makes sense. I was going to say too, one advantage that open bodybuilders now have that we didn't when we were younger is what the classic division has brought into the sport, because you guys have to be obsessive about every detail.
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking about that. You're thinking about your waist. You're thinking about, is it flat? What am I eating? And I feel like open bodybuilding used to be about being the biggest, rippedest guy, end of story. And you didn't really have a lot of detailed thought about what that meant. And I feel like the classic division has really opened the eyes to open guys too, and going, well, what if I started doing some transverse abdominal work also?
Yeah.
And what if, you know what I mean? Those kind of details. And I'm hoping that it'll keep spilling over, because I really believe that open bodybuilding is improving because of classic.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because we're seeing these things. And then I think it's also going to improve as guys like Urs and eventually you start crossing over, because everyone knows that a lot of the best genetic bodybuilders are classic right now.
I totally agree with you there, Dusty, but let me ask you this. I think there's a lot of talk about how Samson, if he's going to win, he's coming at a lighter weight, more aesthetically shaped. Do you think it's going to work in his advantage of him coming in at a lighter weight and maybe not having that big bubbly pop muscle when he's going to be compared to guys like Nick Walker? Or do you think, what's your take on that?
I mean, my take is the same as everyone's, which is we'll see. And what I mean by that is it's possible. We all know this. Sometimes you get like Jay Cutler, 2009. He was so peeled that everyone assumed he was bigger. He was heavier, but he was actually 20 pounds lighter than he had been for years.
That's true.
So the question mark is, as he conditions, will he look tired and small?
Right.
Or will he look like he's heavier? So you can't really answer. My knee jerk is that it's dangerous.
It's
because
dangerous.
I think he's getting away from what makes him the champ. It reminds me of when Jay chased Dexter for his third Arnold that he won.
Yes.
Where he was stringy because he's like, Dexter's peeled, I got to be peeled. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, dude, you need to be fucking big.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't matter that he's peeled because you're just too damn big.
Yeah.
So, my knee jerk is that I agree with you. I think it's a risky play. I assume that they're watching and they obviously know what they're looking at. So it could be fine. But I do know that everyone at that level looks great alone. And then when they come together, shit gets real obvious.
Yes. Preach.
Yeah,
I
we'll
agree.
see what happens. I think it depends on, we say, if you come down a little more to try to get, this body part etched out, you might lose this. I think that's also a timeline issue. If you're like pushing the body hard to try to get another line, and then you get the line, but now you're 4 days out.
You don't have time to fill it back out.
That's the problem. But if you if you're on your third show of the year and you got the line, but you still you're 4 weeks out. So you can maybe, bring it in at a better end result, fuller looking, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's, we will see what happens. This year's Olympia is going to be, as they say, a shit show.
Yes. I kind of love that for all the divisions though, too. I mean, you have to feel going into this Olympia that anything can happen now. I mean, you're not the same athlete you were a year ago.
Correct.
And, maybe before, like you said, you didn't have any room, so you couldn't really get to that next level. There was no room in the cap. Now that you do, I'm really excited to see what you look like standing next to these guys, because obviously we all know the guys and have seen them in person. I think that this is one of those shows where you look and you're like, anything can happen in that top 10.
Yeah.
What's your goal in your head?
Top
What
10.
is that? There we go.
Sorry, I made it.
You said it for me.
It's
a great goal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great goal, man. And I think too, last year, your first appearance, everyone feels 50 guys in that lineup, first appearance, he still did great. I mean, you looked awesome. But this year you really want to go in with the headset like they know me.
Yeah.
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 I'm not a new kid now. Do you have to work at that, or is that like easy for you?
In what regards you mean?
Just reminding yourself that they know it. I'm a vet here now. They know me. This
So,
is going to be different.
so I'll tell you a little story. So when I did Chicago last year, Steve Weinberger was judging, and I placed second, and I waited in line for his feedback, and I got his feedback, and I made sure I had a record button on my phone because I wanted to remember it. And he was very stern, very strict. You guys all know Steve. He's no
Love
bullshit. So looks
You're
at my
fat.
number. He's like, yeah. He looks at my number. He's like, oh, Kellen Wilson, your legs are small. He's like, you need to work on your legs. I'm like, that's it? He's like, that's it. I'm like, all right, nice to meet you, Steve. Thanks. And that was it. The whole year, I had that playing in my headphones the whole entire year on leg day. Every set, every rep, on repeat. So I came to Chicago this year, and he was judging. And when I won, I grabbed the mic. I looked directly in his eyes. I said, I listened to the judges' feedback, Steve, you, all you guys, and I listened to it very, very precisely. And I trained all year for this show to make those corrections. And he looked at me and he gave me a nod, and that was all I needed. That was all I needed.
That's
That's
cool.
like
That was all I
5 paragraphs from Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a nod is a book.
Yeah, you're basically family. if you
I
give me a
feel
nod.
like I feel like, and this is no disrespect to the other judges, but if Steve pays any form of a compliment, it's the highest compliment. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be like literally saying, "Oh, your legs look awesome." You won is the compliment. The nod is, "I see you did what I said." That has to be up there with the win itself. Just knowing that he recognized it.
Yes, of course, 100%. I was proud to see that.
Yeah, that's. I feel like, I don't know. I've always loved Steve. I love him, the way he is as a man in general.
Yeah.
So my best memory of bodybuilding was I got called out. Like I was the 5th person called out in a class at a pro qualifier, and right when I walked to the side, or I was walking to the side, he goes, "In the middle," and I can hear him saying that in my head permanently.
Yes.
Didn't even let me get there, and I was like, okay. Steve just gave me a nod. That's all I need in this life, and thankfully, it's all I needed because it was quickly over after that.
I remember something that gave me a real boost. I went to my first North Americans in 2009, and I didn't make first call out. 5 guys called 5 guys out, and then they just take them off the stage. So you're like, oh, I don't even get and then second call out, they put me in the middle, and I got straight first, so I was 6th,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, fuck, I really wish I could have stood next to that 5th place guy. Because, they don't do that at North Americans. I'm like, I can take that 5th place guy. Just put me, do like a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 call out, and I'll fucking smoke some of these guys. But they just don't do that. So I was like, fuck. And I left the stage, and I got 6th. And then it was like the next year I went back, and when they're doing the thing, he's like 187, 191, Ron. And I remember thinking like, oh, fuck. Like, even if I get buried now,
Yeah. He knows.
call me by my name. So that's like, it's almost there, So, but that's the power he has, because everyone respects him so much,
Yeah.
And it's funny when you have that much. You think of the amount of the effect he has on so many people as that head judge, right?
Yep.
And the amount of guys like you that have a similar story about
a much higher
wanting to
level.
make Steve happy.
Oh,
So what I got to get out of the actual nuts and bolts of bodybuilding, and we got to get into Kellen. So you mentioned a football background at the beginning of the show.
I knew Ron was going to go here.
Let's do this
We knew
again.
this was going to happen.
I played some ball too. I'm a football fan. What was your football experience, and how did that lead you into the weight room, or did the weight room lead you into football? How did that all go?
Football in high school, I played for North Surrey Bears. I mean, I only played for 2 years. I was running back. I was a
For sure.
pretty small guy, 140 pounds.
Perfect high school tailback.
So, it was fun. I learned a lot of fundamentals, but it didn't get me into weightlifting. My uncle was a bodybuilder. He never competed. He actually brought me to the gym when I was 15, 16, and I'll be honest with you, I hated it at first. I fucking hated it. I was like, what's the point of this shit? I was lifting weights and shit like
So
that.
we all owe your uncle a lot of thanks.
Yes.
Not many,
His name was George.
quick pause. Not a lot of people have a bodybuilder in the family. Like, it's getting more common now as we get the generation switch. But
Yeah.
like, if you look at our generation, like, not many people had. We weren't learning from like our uncle.
Yeah,
Like,
Uncle
none of
George
us.
didn't exist for all of us.
Yeah. No bodybuilding uncles in our generation. Go ahead.
Yeah. So he got me at the gym, and at the moment I hated it. Man, I was trying to do tricep push downs and crying over spilt milk, and he was just a hard ass on me. He's like, "You're gonna be coming to the gym with me. You're gonna be eating chicken and rice." I'm like, "I don't want to do this, dude. Like, I just want to play video games, bro." Like, and slowly
You can do both.
yeah, exactly. So
Ron does.
slowly it developed into me loving it after me hating it, and it just trickled into me meeting my coach and stuff like that. But yeah, in the beginning, I did not like it, man. Did not like it at all.
I have
What-
to ask before we
Yeah.
go further. How does Uncle George feel about all this?
He is very, very happy, man. He's he's a very emotional man when he sees me. He's like, you surpass what I ever thought or dreamed you could do in this, and
Is it-
I'm happy you stuck with it. So
Is anybody in the family mad at Uncle George?
Most of them.
no, he's good, but he's very, very happy though. Very
That's
happy.
awesome. I love that.
So outside of bodybuilding, what's Kellen all about?
What is Kellen all about? So I have 2 dogs, 2 American Bullies pocket. They're like my children.
Names.
Names.
There are 2
pictures,
girls, so it's
videos.
Chloe and Taz. So actually, there's one sleeping right
Yes.
there,
There we go.
Oh,
and there's one
Love it.
sleeping right there.
babies.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
my God.
So
Okay, this is now
yeah.
dog show.
So so those are my babies. I spend all day with them, man. Responding to coaching clients online. They're with me in the bed, or I'm taking them for dog walks, and they're my life, dude. I love them so much. So that's a big part of my life. And then my fiance, Harpreet,
She's all right, too.
Yeah,
I kind of need
Third
her. 'cause I got dogs.
She's on
I
the
travel
podium.
a lot. I gotta have her. Yeah.
yeah. So she's a big help on why I can do this, man. Because when I travel, she has really anxiety about leaving the dogs, so she's always staying and watching them. So I'm very appreciative of that, and she's probably the hardest one on me out of everyone in my corner. I remember when I went for my pro card in 2021 for North Americans. I was getting ready to leave, and she had gave me a hug, and she was like, "I'm going to say this once, and I'm serious about what I said." And I said, "Well, what's going on?" She's like, "If you don't win, do not come back." I said, "Holy fuck."
I'm gonna need to beat this one. I love her.
She rolled the dice on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like,
So-
this will either be brutal or it'll be a great movie quote after.
Yeah. So she's a good woman, and funny story. I met her in the gym, and I was actually intimidated on approaching her because she was front squatting more than me at one point, and 150-pound girl, 140-pound girl, and I was really nervous about approaching her. So my buddy was like, "Go approach her, ask her out." I'm like, "Dude, she lifts more than me, bro, on legs. I don't know if she's gonna go for me." So yeah, I asked
is a
her what
problem.
her name. I asked her for her name and yada yada yada. And I left it at that, and then she ended up sending me a DM on Instagram. She's like, "So are you gonna ask me out, or are you just gonna be a pussy?" I was
You had to
like,
check
well,
out your page first.
I was like, "Yeah, do you want to go out?" And the rest is history after that.
I love this woman. How hardcore. She just texted like, "What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Shit or get off the pot and just be, you got my name and left it at that." Oh, that's amazing.
That is.
Does
that
she
is
still
good.
train and everything?
She trains at West Coast, lifts hard.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah.
That's awesome.
What's your take on social media? You do good at putting yourself out there as a bodybuilder. Your social media is very, very pro bodybuilder, like, which I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm not the type of guy that likes to show my real private life.
Right.
You know, I don't quite often. I mean, some people are more comfortable posting like me and my wife going for dinner and me and my wife, you know, blah, blah, blah. And me and my friends. And I sort of, for some reason, have something that kind of holds me back doing that a little bit. I mean, you got to do some of it, but you keep yours very pro bodybuilding based, obviously. Is that totally on purpose, or you kind of just like to kind of keep a lot of it, you know, off?
I mean, I feel maybe you guys can agree with this, but I think personal family time and personal time with your close ones should be that only. I don't think it should be shared to a certain extent because it's memories that you're cherishing with people you love, and not everyone in the world needs to see that. Obviously, there's certain events that may be posted, but if I go with my wife for a coffee or if I go somewhere with my brother or my family, I'm not going to, tag the restaurant or, say, hey guys, look at, you know what I mean? It doesn't need to be that. So I feel that should be kept private to a certain extent. And, certain things I will post in my personal life, but not everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think it's great that you have a thought process with that because as someone who's watched long enough and seen how this is going, and my entire career was made based on the fact that I was like, come into my house, let's go. But I think that that's awesome because you're choosing to do something that could limit your reach. Because one thing that I would love to see that I've thought about with you is I now know you better from this hour we've been on this podcast than I do from in all the social media I follow you. And I just think that there is a certain level where you don't have to let people into your private life, but I feel like if people knew you better, they would follow you even more. Because I don't think that someone at your level realizes that you're not human.
Especially to a lot of the fans you got,
Yeah, because you have a physique that, you have to understand, I know that you're chasing the top of the mountain, but like 99% of people cannot look like you, even if they had all the drive you do and everything else. And something that humanizes you and makes them go, oh, it has more of an effect than people realize. Like when I was growing up, I was getting ready for my first big show, I followed Fuad.
Right.
And he used to do, this is back before Instagram and all that, he just had a blog that he would keep. And he was getting ready for a show and I was getting ready for a show. And he would just say little things he was doing, like wasting money on dumb shit, and it just made me go, I'm wasting money on dumb shit. And but it gave me like a connection with him where
we both buy cars when we're deprived of carbs.
Exactly. Not good things that we have in common, but we have them. But it gave me like a connection with a guy who I knew I was never going to be on his level. And it made me like a huge fan beyond his physique because I felt like he kind of walked me through my preps. He would, if he was having a tough time, because, most pros, it's easy. Nobody struggles. This is just what we do. And he'd be like, I want a cupcake, and I would see that and I'm like, I fucking want a cupcake too. But it did help me feel like, okay.
I almost killed a guy at 7-Eleven yesterday.
Yeah. It made me feel like I'm not weak for these things that I'm seeing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, selfishly as a fan, I would love to just get some things to where people know who you are, because I think that it would be, I think you would inspire even more people than you think. Because just what you said right there, to me, was inspiring. Just like, I don't do this because it's a decision.
Yeah.
And I hear that and I'm like, that's a great decision. Like you have a reason behind it. You know what I mean? I think just a little tidbit like that. It's like, I just learned a ton about you that is so fitting. And I think there's a lot of people also who maybe are putting their personal stuff out there because they feel like they have to.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you don't.
If I can piggyback off that, just critiquing your social media right now, my personal opinion is we need 10, maybe 20% more dog content, and I would be okay. That would be good. 10, 20% more. I didn't even know you own 2 dogs just by looking at your social media. Now just from that alone, I'm like, oh my God, this guy's my best friend.
I wasn't even sure if I liked you before.
Yeah,
once
exactly.
I saw the dogs.
Now I'm like, he's got dogs.
Like, it's my boy.
Instant follow,
Dude, any advice is good advice. I'll take it.
I'll tell you.
More dogs.
When let's say I have a good day where I put up 20 stories because I got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Anything with my dogs in it, sometimes a bike trick get the most likes. No one actually cares about what I mostly do.
No,
Right.
they don't actually want to know us at all. What are your dogs doing?
The dogs, I'll have like, 13 likes, 300 likes, 27 shares. I'm like, oh, dogs.
I saw a window decal,
dogs.
guys, the other day that made me laugh. It was on the back of this lady's truck, and it just said, "Say hello to your dog from me."
Oh, I like that. I like
And
that.
I was like, that's me. I'm the guy that's laying down with someone's dog at Starbucks.
yes. Yes.
I feel like sometimes, do you ever, so this is what I go through. I'll meet other dog people because I'm in a building with like everyone on my tower has a dog. There's like
Right.
50 dogs in my tower. I feel like sometimes when you meet someone with a dog and their dog's really friendly, I go to a level that they even think is like weird.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, get down. I'm like, oh, look at this guy. And I'm like,
Yeah.
down playing with their dog. And I'm like, and their dog's all, and I'm like, this is an amazing dog. And then I look up and they're looking at me like,
Leave my dog alone, you psycho.
the dog alone, you weirdo. I'm like, there's different levels with the dog people too. Not all of them are the same.
Yeah.
Overly
that's
happy
great.
dog lover. What else is going on in your, I know you like to stay home for work and you're with the dogs a lot. Sounds a lot like me. What do you do with your time? Are you like a movie guy? Are you,
Do you watch
go to a
football?
nice restaurant guy? Are you hardcore into watching? Yeah. Do you watch football on Sundays? What do you do
Hockey?
with your spare time?
Spare time, honestly, me and my coach, we'll go on food tours. That is what we do.
We
We
are
go on
best
food
friends.
tours. So last one we did, it was a burger food tour. We went to 4 or 5 burger restaurants in one day and just tried burgers, ate like assholes. Well,
5.
Well, dude.
That's even worse than a bang bang. Have you ever done a bang bang?
what's that?
A bang bang is where
I
you
think
have.
I have.
Yeah, Dusty's like,
it's not that
played hockey, so there was some pretty questionable behavior.
I was really young.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah. No, a bang bang is when you go to a restaurant and have a full entree, and then you immediately go to a different type of restaurant and have another full entree.
Oh God.
No, I
So-
gotta try that.
And you gotta come up like and you each have to pick something. So like if you're gonna do a bang bang, it can get dangerous because the one guy might pick the diner and the other guy picks Indian food. So now you're doing
Oh.
diner and Indian food back to back,
That is
and
bad.
you got to do it.
You got to do it. Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah.
I
So
never
maybe-
thought I would say this, but here it comes. Ron, I hope to do a bang bang with you someday.
Yes. Yes. We're a little older now. We're a little older now. A
That's
little more
getting clipped, but I had to do it.
selective. Dusty and I going to Germany, do some bang bangs.
No, honey, everything's fine. I'm just doing the bang bang with Ron this time.
In Germany.
What happens
Yes.
in Germany stays in Germany. It's fine.
Yes, it's very
Oh.
disgusting. It's actually
you-
a Louis C.K. thing, but I stole it.
So you do a food tour. I love this.
That is fun.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
barely knew you, and now I'm like, this guy is a spirit animal.
Yeah.
Dusty would be into that. So Dusty does a thing where if you go to visit Dusty, he thinks that it's now important to go out like 4 times in one day to eat.
Yes.
So there'll be 4
Yes.
restaurant stops if you're with Dusty.
I
in a
want
day.
him to know
that.
that, like, we're going to good places. I'm taking
I
care
like
of
that.
you.
And
I
at
like
the
that.
third stop, you're at the third stop and you're like, so fries again.
Yeah. Fries are always a welcome side. It doesn't
oh,
matter
yeah.
where you
Third
are.
fry meal in a row today. Okay, I get what we're doing here.
I would
Yeah.
order fries in an Indian restaurant, Ron.
By the end of an expo weekend, Ron is just covered in veins, though. That's all we see. He's
Wait
like
till you
2
see
sizes
Ron on
bigger.
Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I look my best at the airport on Sunday morning. Getting out of Vegas.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, next time I come to Vancouver, I hope that you're in your off season.
Oh, let's see,
I
brother.
want to try this little run of burgers or whatever there is. I've never done this.
How much time between? Like, are you?
Yeah.
Is it the drive time? Is that the only time between, or are you like
Just the drive time. That's
Wow.
it.
just a drive time? Really?
Yeah,
Do you map
that's
this out to make it like? Do you do a restaurant in Surrey and then maybe one in North Van, so you got some drive time?
Okay.
Like, what are
So
you doing here?
yeah,
Like, I need
exactly.
to
So
know.
we'll
Vancouver,
do,
that could be
like,
3 hours.
It
between
could be like a
restaurants.
4-5 hour day. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll map most of them in Vancouver because there's a lot of niche burgers in Vancouver, but mostly
Yes.
in Vancouver.
Some
there's
really
a few
cool
that
little
try some-
weirdo spots.
Yeah, I mean, there was one time we did a 20K challenge as well too. So it
How
just
did
all
that go?
depends.
How did that?
How'd
I
you
remember
I
when you did that actually.
I failed at just shy of 10K. It was too much. It was too much. I think
People
my
don't
breath.
get it, do they? They don't understand what
It is
20,000 calories
hard.
is.
It
Yeah.
is fucking hard, man. It is hard.
I
It's
think
a lot of food.
the only way I was ever able to eat upwards of 20,000 calories, I'm not sure if I ever hit 20. I know I absolutely hit 15. But the only way I was able to do it was I had a coach named Scott Abel back in the day, and he used to do a very low calorie diet. So it was
Okay.
like, it was hard. But then he had these super compensation days where he said he believed it literally didn't matter what you ate. You were in
Right.
if you were in true super compensation, everything would go to glycogen and more, and your body would store intramuscular triglycerides with some of the fats, and you could basically eat like an asshole for a day.
Right.
And but your appetite was also ridiculous because you were on such your low calories, so your appetite, your the ghrelin and leptin and blah blah blah, you felt bottomless. And I remember being able to, I ate 15,000 calories several times doing that, but there's no way I could do it without being sort of starved out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
game plan to do
No
that.
way. Unless you could take like hormone blockers that shut off your appetite, or I don't know what they got now. They probably got a peptide for that. But
Something.
yeah. How bad was that?
It was bad. It was bad. I think my digestion was pretty screwed for like 2 weeks, but it was fun and it was worth it. I'll definitely do it again.
You knew I was going to ask if it was worth it. I love that you answered.
It
that.
was
Did
worth
anybody
it.
get 20? Did
I think
Brandon get 20?
Brandon got 17. I think he got 17, but I think he ended up going home. He ordered Pizza Hut or Domino's, and he ended up passing out. And he woke up, and it was at his front door cold.
Oh,
And he was like,
wow.
"Fuck!" He was like, "That was my 2,000 calories," and I passed out.
That's all I needed to get it done. Oh, he is also a lunatic. This is amazing. I'm
Yeah.
learning so much.
Yeah, you'll love him. I'll send Dusty and Scott his Instagram. They'll both love his content.
Yeah,
This is fan. I'm already a fan.
Brandon, here's I'll sum up Brandon. He'll love this. Brandon loves the government,
Me too.
and he thinks we should all trust them, and they have our best interest at heart.
Oh,
I think
love
we'll all
the
get along
sarcasm.
well then.
I
And
love
I
it.
I'll get along well.
occasionally am inspired to interact with one of his posts, and I'm occasionally inspired to go up to him at the gym and go, "Good story,
Good story walks away.
good story." Yeah, don't even say which one.
He knows
So,
which one.
how did I do? Did I give Brandon a good? I hope I don't do him dirty on the show.
A1. That was perfect.
He's a pillar of the community and a trustworthy man, and good to have him at West Coast taking care of you, Kellen. So
Yeah.
hopefully he watches this.
Oh, he will be. He will be.
He's not tired of your stuff.
No.
We're way off the Richter here, so it's
Yeah,
he's not
yeah.
getting a usual podcast anymore.
Yeah. I want to see you kick some ass this year, buddy. I'm going to be
Yes.
there. You know what I forgot to do? Here, you guys talk for a minute. I'll be right back.
He does this to us. He just drops us off. I
He's
don't
like,
even know
you
what's
know what I
happening
forgot
right
to
now.
do? And then he just walks away.
He's
Hey,
just going to take a piss. But anyways.
I got to ask you, Kellen. So when you get to Vegas, what day do you weigh in, and then what day do you step on stage?
Weigh-ins are on the Thursday, I believe. The Friday, I believe. No, Thursday. Sorry, Thursday.
Thursday.
And then step on stage the Saturday.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
so you have a little bit of time to kind of fill out a little bit, but that's not a lot, is it?
I just realized
No.
I didn't wear my Kellen shirt.
Oh, let's
Oh,
go.
Oh, look at
Let's
that.
Go. Let's go.
That's an acceptable leave this show.
I wasn't thinking. I was like, Jesus, I knew I forgot something.
Dusty and just send you guys his address. I'll send you guys one too.
I love
how's
it.
that?
That's
Hey?
Scott,
fucking
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Look at that prep series.
That's cool.
Sick.
Got
Turn
team on the back.
turn. I can't see it. What's on the back?
Got to
Let's
give you the
go.
back too.
Yeah, I need it.
Give you the back.
Gonna have to. This is gonna be a lot of work. I love that I made him do this. Oh yeah, that's sick.
Is that all right?
That's sick.
You see something
Thanks,
there?
Rod.
That's
Appreciate
great
it, man.
marketing right there. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
How was
that's
that?
sick. Beautiful.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool shirt. So
That's fantastic.
okay. So we're gonna be there. I'm gonna
Yes.
we'll be screaming for you and cheering you on. And what's the schedule for you? What you got? Prejudging at the expo.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
and then
On
the
Saturday.
night show on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, and then fun. Okay. So the only bummer about this is that the Mutant Team dinner is Friday night and you're not going to be there.
Oh,
That is a bummer.
But that's all right.
yeah.
I'm sure you won't be at any Mutant Team dinners because you'll always be doing the O. So that's
Yes.
okay.
There's
We
that.
don't mind that.
We'll
That's
drag
a
him to
good
one of the
reason.
other country ones, and then we're good.
Yeah. Very, very excited for you. You know, I think it's going to be a really breakthrough experience, and it's going to be a great show. And Mutant's excited for you. And how do you feel about Mutant? Just having them on board, supporting you, and
Oh man, Mutant is an amazing company. I'm so grateful to be a part of them. I mean, there's great people a part of them like yourself, Ron, Dusty. It's an amazing company. I mean, I love the whole team, and I couldn't see myself being with any other company, man. I love all their products. I use all their products. There's no bullshit. They stand by people that train hard, and people that are real, you know, and that's me. So I love Mutant, man. I love them.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's very, very happy to see
Well said.
you branded up and on your way to the Olympia again, dude. So
Thank you, man.
where can people reach you?
Yeah, so my Instagram is Kellen W Bodybuilding. My YouTube is IFBB Pro Kellen Wilson. I train at West Coast Iron. I live in BC, British Columbia, Canada. So you guys can find me there. And I just want to give a big shout out to all you guys for having me on. Thank you. It was a dream come true being on this podcast. I watch you guys all the time on prep. And I just want to give a big shout out to my coach, Brandon Pennington, my fiance, Harpreet, and my sponsor, Mutant, Elevate, Wolfpack, Jed North. Yeah.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
That he's got them all going. Well,
got
it was
all of
awesome
them,
having
yeah.
you on, man, and I'm very grateful that we got to see a little more of the behind the scenes version because now I know you're a foodie and a dog guy, and that's all I need.
When you're in BC, Dusty, let me know. We will eat.
Absolutely.
We will eat.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to see those dogs.
Yeah, more of the
I'll
dogs,
post some
more
more.
dog content, a lot more dog content.
I feel like
More
I feel like we're on set. A little more cowbell, a little more
Yeah,
dog.
exactly.
A little more. Hey, I'm excited
There we
to
go.
see this 3/4 back double on stage, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
know?
yeah.
Absolutely, man. It's gonna be
Fantastic
awesome.
poser. Fantastic posing, by the way. Like top notch, world class poser.
Thank you.
You know, it's a lot of people need to watch the people who display their physiques properly, and it's great
more
to see.
question.
One more question, Dusty. Go ahead.
Do you do any posing coaching?
I do. I do
Okay, good.
posing
Okay.
coaching. Yes.
Because I've got
Yes.
some classic guys, and I was like, I need to connect them with you, but I didn't want to bother you before the Olympia, so I'll hit you up when it's done. But that could be a game changer because I consider classic just a completely different thing. And they're like, "Well,
Yeah.
you help me." I'm like, "No."
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
So-
honestly, yeah, send them over right now. I love what I do as a job, so it doesn't matter if I'm in prep or not in prep.
Look at that.
Classic bodybuilding. I don't do men's physique. I'm sorry, and I don't do any women's classes. So it's just classic and bodybuilding. So
Perfect.
yeah,
I'm
send
gonna
them
fire
over.
you guy over today. Appreciate
Thank you, Dusty.
A bodybuilder who works?
What?
And doesn't break for shows, which, by the way, is my pet peeve as a coach.
Yeah, my pet
When I
peeve
see
too.
people,
Oh, I got 3
"Oh,
weeks off. I got a show coming up.
I'm a little nauseous today. I'll get you
Oh,
guys
my
in a
God.
week." I'm like,
Don't get me
"You
started.
can't type while you're sick."
Don't get me
off it.
started. Too much.
So, all right, cool. I'm going to connect him with you today for sure. That's awesome.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Okay, thanks. Kellen Wilson, everybody. Headed to his second Olympia, 3-time pro show winner. Great to have you on the show, man. I'll see you at the gym.
Okay. See you guys. Thank you again.
Okay,
See ya.
peace. Bye.